What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is episode number 10, and today we're going to be taking on the Snowhead Temple, and by taking on, I mean starting, because there's no way that we're going to be finishing it this time around. So last time we did all the tasks that we needed to do in the mountains of Snowhead. We didn't actually go up to Snowhead itself, or the temple, because we had other stuff to do. Now, before we actually head over there, since I did go back in time, and if you're following along with me, that's exactly what you did. Also, you'll notice that because you went back in time, you don't have any ammunition, you don't have any bombs or dooku, anything. You don't have squat, basically. So we need to try to get some arrows and stuff. This is not completely necessary, but it's just something that I like to do to be prepared for heading out to the temple. You can also try to get a potion if you want, if you feel like it's going to be difficult. You know, if this is your first time playing the game and you're not sure if you're going to make it through alive, feel free to stop by the hag shop in the Southern Swamp. Or you can head on over to, what is that, West Clocktown to buy some potions or fairies or whatever. I don't need that kind of stuff because I'm just too cool for that. So first things first, as always, we're going to play the inverse Song of Time, or what is it called? The reverted Song of Time? Something like that. The backwards Song of Time. It is inverted. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. Well, maybe I am. But we're going to slow the flow of time down because we want as much time as possible to get done what we need to get done. Yeah, I know I can go out here. Jeez, I've done this so many times already. So before we get started today, and as I am just collecting some random things such as bombs and arrows and stuff to prepare us for our adventure ahead, yeah, what was I gonna say? Wow, that was a lot of stuff. I was not expecting us to find that many things just in, and a 20 rupee thingamajiggy, a red rupee. Interesting. So anyway, make sure you guys are clicking that thumbs up button if you would like to show your support to the channel and the series and all that good stuff. And also, feel free to leave a comment. I know this series in general doesn't get as much support as the Pokemon stuff just because my channel is mostly geared towards that, but it really does mean a lot when you guys show that support because I love playing this game, so it's really cool to see that you guys are enjoying it too. Now, I think I just got a whole bunch. Yeah, I got 50 arrows. I filled up our entire quiver, and I got enough bombs, and we have the blast mask, so we really don't need anything else other than that. So we are good to go. So if you were following along with me in the last episode, we did unlock the... Oh, no, we didn't. Never mind. If you were following along with me last episode, we did not unlock the owl statue at Snowhead. We should have, but I think we just ran out of time. We do have a little ways to go before we actually get there. There's a little, in-between path between Mountain Village and such. Oh, look, a fairy! And I should have captured it, but, well, more bombs, arrows. I guess we could have just came here. Jeez. Is this the path to Snowhead? I think it is. This way to Snowhead, beware of the slippery valley trail and the giant falling snowballs. So obviously you couldn't go this way if you didn't have the Goron mask because there are going to be little gaps that we have to roll across. And yeah, we kind of need the Goron mask for that because young Link doesn't really do a good job of rolling in the snow. He really doesn't. I wonder how Goron Link doesn't get cold because he has even less clothes on than Child Link. So first things first, I guess you could just not worry about that keys over there. It's an ice keys, actually, so if it touches you, you will get frozen, and it will stink a whole bunch. Sting and stink. So you can try to shoot it down with arrows, but it's kind of difficult. What you can do is come over here, and it will usually eventually come to try to find you. It will come for you. Wow, I'm terrible. This is the Octorok minigame all over again. But you want to kill it because if it gets you while you're rolling, it's just not a fun time. So there we go. We wasted 6 arrows. That's not too bad. I think there's only just that one. Now, you will notice this platform over here. That actually is a heart piece that we can't get to at this point. So we're not going to worry about it. We need the Scarecrow song and the hook shot for that. We can get the Scarecrow song, I guess, technically, but... we don't have the hook shot, so let's just not worry about that. Don't worry about reading that sign either. You have plenty of room to just do this. Now, I'm probably going to just fall off here. This really isn't that difficult. I guess it's somewhat difficult. I just contradicted myself there. Actually controlling the Goron when he's rolling is actually kind of difficult. That's the hard part, I guess. What I meant to say was that it doesn't look difficult, but it can be difficult if you haven't done it. Just keep in mind that when you're seeing these things, if it looks like I'm just making it look really easy and you're having a hard time with it, don't worry about it, because I've, logged way too many hours in this game, so yeah. Yeah, but then again, there are some things that, with the amount of time that I've played the game, I should be able to have mastered by now, and I still have a hard time with it. So, I guess it goes both ways. Some things you just master, through experience, and other things you never get the hang of it. I don't know. So here we are at Snowhead. We couldn't do anything here before because of whatever this, freaking blizzard thing is. And actually, Darmani mentioned this when we talked to him, that the blizzard blew him into the valley, and it was a really unfortunate time. So what you can do before doing anything, I suggest unlocking this owl statue here, so we can warp here via the Song of Soaring, and we don't have to, go through that whole rolling thing again. Not that it took a long time, but it's nice to just have a little shortcut. Because the temple is up here, up all the way up there, as you can see. But we need to stop this blizzard before we can move any further, because it will just blow you off into the valley, and it'll be a sad time. So you need to get your Goron mask out. And we also need to get our ocarina. We're going to need to play the Goron Lullaby, which I'm going to double check here because I'm not positive how it goes. A right, left, A right, left, right, A. Okay. A right, left, A right, left, right, A. Alright, I got it in the first try. That doesn't usually happen. I was a little bit worried about trying to play these ocarina songs because it's just... I don't know. It's difficult when I'm recording just because of the way it's set up, so there's a little delay on when I hear things, so it doesn't really change anything other than when I'm trying to play the ocarina, if that makes any sense. So, we see a giant Goron here who was previously invisible. You could have seen him with the Lens of Truth, but I decided not to do that because apparently I didn't care enough. So he falls asleep when we play the Goron Lullaby, and we're not sure what happens to him because... yeah, he will actually show up later. Don't worry, you didn't kill him. Not that you guys would feel bad if you did anyway. Unfortunately, these freaking snowballs don't stop rolling, and they're kind of all over the place, so you can break them with a Goron Fire Punch, which is cool. But I prefer to just roll right past them, because if you have your spikes out, nothing can touch you. There are some white wolfos up here. You want to go to the left, because to the right is the fairy fountain that, we don't need to worry about because we have 0 fairies. And you don't have to roll up like this, but it saves some time, I guess, if you can manage it without falling off. And also, if you manage to get hit by any snowballs that are falling down, you just break them instantly. So that's pretty cool. So here we are, at last, at the second temple of the game, the Snowhead Temple. This is actually pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe this is my favorite temple. I'm not really sure. When you first go in there, you're going to get attacked by white bows, which is pretty much the exact same enemy as what was in the Woodfall Temple. We had the black bows. They do the exact same thing. You don't get frozen or anything. I think they just hurt you. I don't know. But you can just do things. You can just do evil things to them. It's going to take more than average strength to move this thing. Hint, hint. I wonder what tattle could ever possibly mean. I wonder. Okay, maybe I'm not wondering anymore. So you just turn into the Goron, just push that down, and it's, a whole big thing. A white wolfos will attack you when you go in here, so I suggest either just running past him or, doing whatever it is that you want to do. He's pretty easy to kill. You can kill him in one shot like that, just with your regular sword, so it's a lot of fun. So when we go into this room... Ow! What the heck? What was that? Did it fall from the ceiling, maybe? Yeah, I guess... Alright, so these things... once you walk under them, they will fall down. So I would keep an eye out for those throughout the temple because there are quite a few. Alright, so in this room here, we have, to the left, a locked door that we're obviously going to need a small key for, so don't worry about that right now. Then we have this icicle-ish block door, and we don't have any kind of torch, as we can see. So that is a no-go. And then we have this door over here, so we're just gonna go through that. That took way too long to just explain to you guys that you should go to the right. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I don't know what I'm thinking. So Tattle's going to talk to you here. I'm just going to ignore her because she is annoying as anything. Now, you do need to roll across this, but I do suggest actually jumping down first because there are some fairies that we can get that you might not get otherwise. This is actually somewhat difficult just because of the space and how narrow it is and such. But as a Goron, you can walk through lava without getting hurt. Although, actually, you can't fall down without getting hurt. Well, actually, I'm changing my mind because you can actually roll. So you can just, like so. There we go. Just breaks your fall. It's a good time. Alright, so, let's see here. Let's see, we're gonna need some of this, the Great Fairies Mask. We're gonna need some of that because we don't have any other projectile right now. First things first, put on the Great Fairies Mask, and if you look directly upwards there into that central platform, you'll see there is a fairy just chilling in a bubble, so you gotta break the bubble, and as long as you're wearing the Great Fairies Mask, it'll just float right on over to you, and it's a good time, so that's 1 out of 15. Fantastic, there's another one over here. There you are. So this, just to give you an idea of the direction here, that is where we came in. So if you jump down, it's on the far, or under the far platform. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So once we shoot that, that'll give us 2 fairies right off the bat. I tend to miss that one a lot, so I'm happy that I remember that it was there, because I've gone through the entire temple looking for just a single fairy. And there are some difficult fairies in this temple. This is nothing like the previous one. This temple is a lot more difficult, a lot more in-depth. So, yeah, the difficulty level does rise quite a bit if you are trying to complete everything. If you're not, well, I guess the difficulty level still does rise a little bit, but not as much as if you're trying to get all the fairies. Because there's some really obscure ones here, including one that requires a little bit of a suicide jump. It's kind of crazy. Kinda crazy, but I'm looking forward to it. Now, these enemies on the side... No, Tattle. I don't care about your slippery places. Yeah, these enemies on the sides here, they're called freezers. We can't do anything to them. I mean, I guess you could shoot them with an arrow. I'm pretty sure that does damage. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, your sword does do damage. I think it takes 3 shots to actually kill them, but we can't get over to them yet. So I would just ignore them. There's just no reason. We need to get another item before we can worry about handling them. Now, this is kind of difficult just because of the way the camera angle is, but you should be able to get it lined up, and that box will break your fall. So that's cool. You can go over here to just, try to kill that one, but you can't get past that giant ice thingamajiggy. What we can do is go in here, and this is going to take us to the main chamber. And we're going to be in here a lot. And as you can see, this looks way, way different than the previous temple. It looks pretty daunting. There are quite a few levels. I don't even know how many floors there actually are, because there's one below the one that we're at right now. Which I guess we could go down there and do stuff. Actually, yeah, because there's a fairy down there, so let's do that. While we're here, wow, what is that? Oh, red bubble. Okay, they just kind of jump out and, jump all over the place. You don't know about the red bubble. If it comes at you, get in the defensive position to bounce it back. Got it? I really don't care enough to even fight them. As long as you're wearing your Goron mask, you can press that switch right there, and that will allow you to make this little chest appear over here in a different pool of lava. And you will get attacked. That's an interesting... That was, like, screenshot worthy right there. How many of them were there? It was, like, 6. Alright, I'm exaggerating, but still. I'm just being extremely inefficient here by doing this. I actually don't think I even needed anything except for maybe bombs. Now, we will have to come back over here eventually. This is a switch, obviously, that requires the Goron Pound. There's something directly above us that is another switch that will move this central platform up and down. Kind of weird to think about right now, but you will understand what I mean as we progress through the temple. That door leads to something that we can't do right now, so we're going to go up the stairs, and that will lead us right back to where we were before. So, yeah, we got a couple of options. So we can actually go back out and go up the stairs, because there were stairs across the way, or we can go through there. I think I want to go up the stairs first, just to double check to make sure I am doing everything correctly. Bam. Look at that jump. Look at how acrobatic he's being in just the face of danger. Oh, look, a real bomb chew. These guys are a little pesky. But they're pretty easy to deal with. They just run right at you, and as long as you have your shield up, they'll just bounce off and die. He doesn't come back, so that is cool. Now these boxes, they all have, not purple, they all have blue rupees, so if you want to just rack up some money, you can just come in and out of here. I don't know if it keeps, whatchamacallit, I don't know if it keeps coming back, like, so you can keep getting the money. I haven't really tested that, but yeah. So the only reason to come in here is to get those rupees and to get this fairy, and then there's an optional chest over here. It looks fancy, but it is either the dungeon map or the compass. I want to say it's the compass, but it doesn't really matter. It is, no, it's the dungeon map. So, yeah, now we can actually see where we're going, which I guess it could be helpful because, like I said, there is quite a bit that goes along with this dungeon. Now, you didn't need to do that, but having the dungeon map early may help you, it may not. So, you will have to go back to that room anyway. So, that is indeed a thing. So, our only option now, because we've just gone everywhere that we can go at this point, except for this door here. So, guess where we're going next, ladies and gents? That's right, the yellow door. Now, this room, there's a couple of things that could be done in here, but I think only one of them that we can actually do right now. So, first things first, we're going to move this giant block, which is like 2 blocks put together, and we're going to reveal a secret little lair-ish thing. Now, we're actually not done with this because we're just not. We can activate a little secret. There's actually somewhere that we should be pushing this, and I don't know if I'm lined up correctly. Chances are I'm probably not. Oh, maybe I am. I thought there was a little ledge blocking the way there, but I guess not. Once you get over into this corner over here, on that exact tile, a little treasure chest will appear. And it's like, how do you even get over there? But as you can see, it looks like we can jump across here using this as a platform. So looks like we'll have to come in from over here, jump on this, and then jump over and get that, or something along those lines. Now, before we leave, remember we have this little treasure chest in here, and that's going to net us our first small key of the dungeon. Now, remember when we first came in, and I talked for like a solid 90 seconds about the fact that there was a door that was locked and there was a block of ice there. I don't know why it took me that long to explain that to you guys, but we can go back there and unlock that door now, so that is cool. Probably should get out my bunny hood so I can actually run with some decent speed, because who doesn't like speed? Now, we do have to go back across the platform here. There's no other way to get down there other than to just fall, so make sure you have your Goron mask on for that. That should be pretty self-explanatory. I have no idea what time I started recording. What else is new? I never know what time I start recording. I look, and then I like do a whole bunch of other things, and then I start recording, so I only have like a very, very rough idea. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is a thing. Oh, you're back. Okay, I mean, I guess you can just be back and not dead. So we're gonna go through the locked door here, and there are some more white wolfos in here too, I think. Unfortunately, this is ice, so we are gonna be kind of slipping around, and that is kind of stinky. So what you might want to do is try to kill these things with your Goron mask on, because you can actually kill them in one hit with a Goron pound. Come on, come on. As soon as they turn around like that, if you time it correctly, it hits their tail and they just die. So let's kill this one too, so that it doesn't bother us later. Why is he like trapped behind the ice? I don't understand the positioning of these things. Come on. There you go. Okay, I thought I timed that incorrectly, but apparently I did not. What is in here? I'm guessing this is the compass. It's not a small key. It is not a small key, not with that animation. Yep, there's the compass. We can barely see it because it's just, I don't know, that was a little awkward. Alright, apparently I had to take out some frustrations on that treasure chest. Now, this box is awfully suspicious, don't you think? I mean, the wall is suspicious too, but what's even more suspicious is that thing. Now, in order to actually blow that thing up and find out what's inside, we're going to have to be a little bit time sensitive. It can be a little bit tricky. I remember spending a lot of time doing this as a kid because I had trouble with it. Just take out a bomb, wait for it to start blinking, and then throw it like so. Did I get it? No, I did not. So that's the basic idea. You need to wait till the last possible second, be a little bit daring. I think I got it there, I hurt myself. But there is a fairy just chilling in there. And why do I keep opening and closing the start menu? Yeah, if you don't have the Great Fairies mask, by the way, you're not going to be able to get all the fairies in this dungeon because some of them you just need it for. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Now, we really don't have any way of melting these ice blocks yet, so we can't do anything in here. These little icicles up here, they will not fall on the ice and break it, so I've tried that. It's not even lined up correctly. Anyway, as you can tell by my lovely camera angle there. But our Great Fairies mask, as you notice, is still kind of shimmering and such, so that means there is another fairy in here. We just can't get it at this point, so put the mask away. And in the interest of saving my bombs, even though I have 28 of them, I'm going to pull out the blast mask to destroy this wall, because I have no regard for other people's belongings. And we're just going to head up the stairs. Get rid of this blast mask, because I will explode just for no reason. So in here, you'll notice there's a locked door over there. You can't really see that, can you? Yeah. Wow, that was close. I don't know how that didn't hit me. But yeah, there's a locked door here, and we don't have a small key. We don't actually have to go back. We can get the key in this room. But first, if you do have the largest quiver and you have 50 arrows or close to it, I suggest breaking these. I mean, you need arrows to get through this room anyway, but I suggest breaking the small little icicles, because they just always tend to fall on me. I don't know. I just have bad luck with them. Now, as for the bigger ones, you'll see Tattle, it turns green and is floating around them. You can actually Z/L target them to make it easier. It doesn't matter where on it you hit. You don't have to aim for a specific area. As long as you hit it twice, it will fall down and break the little ice thingamajigs. So you can have it break all of them if you want. There's really only a couple that you actually have to break to get onto the main platform. I just wasted like 5 arrows for no reason whatsoever. I'm just gonna do all of them, because why not? Why not? You do have to watch the animation for all of them, though, because it really is just that dramatic that you have to watch it. Was there even a rupee over there? Was that for nothing? Did I just waste arrows for no reason? I wasted a lot of arrows in this room, didn't I? Can I make that with the bunny hood? Apparently I can. All right. Doing things the cool way. Yeah. Alright, so one thing that you will notice, I'm actually not going to show you yet, but this should seem suspicious to you. I know it looks like nothing, but we're just going to take a leap of faith. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, if you're wondering, like, how are you supposed to figure out when you're supposed to jump through walls, the easiest thing that I can tell you is to use the... Where is it? Where is it? There it is, the Lens of Truth. Pull that out, and when you activate that, you can see the unseen. So that shows you pretty much what you're looking for. I would suggest using this every now and then, especially on areas that seem a little bit different. I don't know if that really seems different. I mean, it should stick out. Especially if, you know, you've been playing Zelda games for a while. That should be something that's like, oh, that's a little bit different. That's how they like to hide their secrets. So, yeah, not much else to say about that. I have no idea how many fairies we had. Did that say 4, maybe? I don't know. But we do have a small key here, which will get us through this room, so that was a lot of fun. What do you have? Oh, just 5 rupees. I feel like I've gotten a lot of rupees just in this room. I do really feel that way. I thought I was going to miss that. I really thought I was going to miss that. So we're up to 145 rupees. Not that we need them for anything. Bombs. Did I need bombs? I guess I did. We can carry 40. So first things first, while we have the Lens of Truth out, actually, let's go kill these things first, because these are going to be annoying. It's a little bit of a puzzle. I don't know, for some reason, one of the first couple of times that I played through this game, it gave me trouble just because I didn't really understand what was going on. But I don't know if I can explain it. I guess you guys will just have to take a look. First things first, though, as I mentioned, we're going to need the Great Fairies mask, because there is a tricky fairy in here that I tend to miss a lot. And you need the Lens of Truth to see it chilling up here in the ceiling. Now, if you don't have the Lens of Truth, you can't see it, although you can see kind of like an outline there where it's like, oh, that looks suspicious. Kind of. But you do need... Alright, I'm just going to shoot the wall. Alright, getting out those frustrations. Way to go. So let's just shoot this little bubble fairy, and I'll actually get to see how many fairies I've collected so far. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, 7. Okay, that is more than I thought. Let's stop wasting magic for no reason. And we can get out our bunny hood and the Goron mask, and it'll be a nice time. What do you have to say, Tattle? What, do you think you can push down something this big just by standing on top of it? You're going to have to find some way to pound it down, not someone. Well, I have a friend that can do it for me, so na-na-na-na-na-na. So we can just do the Goron pound here, and I think we actually hear a timer eventually. I don't know if it's this one. Nope, not this one. I don't hear the timer ticking noise. So the bunny hood makes things easier. You don't need it, obviously. Oh, look, magic. What was the point of that? I don't really know. Goron mask again. Go to this one here. Goron pound that. And yeah, so as you're noticing here... Oh, wait, there's a timer. There's a timer going on. I don't like that. What am I doing? I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Let me not get this incorrect. Once we pound that down, the jewel will become accessible. Let's put on that bunny hood. Pretty darn easy, if you ask me. Wow, I almost missed that. That was terrible. I'm not even gonna explain it. It was pretty self-explanatory. That was the order that you needed to do it. Though, look, something else suspicious. Shall we get out our lens of truth and see what's over there? I'm wearing the bunny hood, can't replace that. There we go. Okay, we don't really see much other than on the map, because we do have the compass. It looks like in that general direction there is a treasure chest, which appears to be in that little slot there, and there's a Dooku flower there too, but really no visible way to get in to that area. And believe me, there really isn't much of a way. You have to kind of suicide jump, and I'll explain that later. That's probably one of the hardest fairies to get in the game. At least, in my opinion, it was the hardest just to figure out how to get it. Maybe not actually technically doing it, but figuring out how to get yourself in there is kind of interesting, so... Yeah, I just babbled on about that for a long time. Nope, stop doing that. So it looks like we just have to roll across here. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it! I always fail miserably at this because I can't keep it straight. Like, if you don't touch the control stick, he'll just go straight. I mean, that helps, but for some reason, like, I can just never get the camera correct. So as you'll notice, there's no ladder over there, so we do need to roll across here, and... Oh, what are you do... No, don't you dare start spike... Okay. Alright, fine. Fine, just do whatever you want. I don't even know why I talk anymore. I guess we're going in here. We don't need to go across, do we? Not remembering what is in what area. No, I don't want to be in here yet. We will come back here in a second, and that's just because we need to get the dungeon item, which I think is actually through that door right there. Pretty sure. So we're going to give that a go, and then we can come back here. Because we're cool like that. I feel like I'm not lined up correctly. Oh no, I'm looking alright. Okay, you just run into the door if you really need to. How did I miss that little snowball? How did that even happen? Yeah, it's giving us arrows. I'm pretty sure this is the boss room here. Mini boss room, of course. And we can do it this time. I think we're going to call it an episode afterwards, though. So, this is probably the most overused boss battle, or mini boss battle, in this entire game. You fight him just about 5 or 6 times if you fully complete the game, which is kind of unfortunate, really, because he's really not that great of a recurring character. So basically he teleports around, and yeah, you have to slice him before he attacks you, like so. And I'll show you what happens if you don't get to him in time. I'll just chill here. And then he just fires a giant icicle thing at you, and it's really just not fun to get frozen. Having the bunny hood helps because traversing the whole room is kind of difficult. Once you hit him a few times, he just kind of... Oops. What? Okay. Okay. Now, one thing that I didn't mention is you see that little red dot on the map. If you can't see him, and he's going to start multiplying himself here, or making like a little illusion thing, you can just see him on the map. You see exactly where he is. You don't have to do any guesswork. What is going on? Okay. He's doing weird things that he doesn't normally do. Apparently if you get too close to him, he just goes back and teleports again. Now he's going to create illusions of himself that are fake. Now this is the real one, obviously, because it's red. As you see, he's running all over the place. See, look, there's so many Wizrobes, but I mean, the real one obviously is solid in color, but the easiest way to go about it is just look at the map, if you have the compass and the dungeon map and all that jazz. So he should be over here. I didn't get there in time. I did not get there in time. You can also shoot him with your arrows, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it does the same amount of damage as your sword at this stage. Pretty sure. Once you get a different sword, I'm never going to make that in time. Once you get a different sword, he just dies way too easy. It's kind of ridiculous. And hitting him with the arrows does help if he's got, like, icicle things all over the floor. So he's dead. It took, I don't know how many hits. So this is probably the hardest time that you'll ever have, because after this temple, I am going to upgrade our sword permanently. So after that, he dies just ridiculously quick. So we're about to get the dungeon item here. One of the coolest items in the game. And an upgrade to our bow already. We're gonna get the fire arrow. Set it to C to power up. We are arrows. Things will heat up when they hit. So that is some crafty language there, Nintendo. Very crafty. You do have to use magic, as you see there. MP2 means it just uses like 2 things of magic energy. I think ice arrows are MP2 also, and then light arrows obviously are the final item, and that is MP4 or MP6. More than the standard. So basically, you can use this to set enemies on fire. Certain enemies are susceptible to fire, especially ones based on ice or snow. You can melt ice, I think I mentioned that already. And it's just pretty darn cool, I have to say. Pretty darn cool. Now, there's nothing else in this room. The unfortunate part about this room is if you're having a difficult time with him, or if you come in with a little amount of health, you can very easily just die in here, because there's no arrows or magic. There's nothing in here. So, if you're a little bit worried about fighting this guy, which you shouldn't be because he's not that difficult, just bring a fairy or something. Just bring a fairy. So I think we're actually going to call it an episode here, because I feel like it's been kind of a long time. It's at least been a half an hour, pretty sure. So we'll call it an episode here as I'm just sliding all... Oh my goodness, I almost just fell off the edge. In the next episode, we're going to attempt to get the boss key and finish up the fairies. I'm not sure if we will, because even though we already have the dungeon item, there's still a lot to do in this temple. We're still in the beginning stages, so I don't know if we'll get far enough to get to the boss next time, but we'll see how far we can get. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, rating, and comment, and all that good stuff, and I will see you all for the next episode. But until then, game on.